Alright, we have an unseasonably warm February day, and I'm not sure how visible this is, but there is a small swarm of ants here. Not very visible at all, probably, because there's not many here. But the insects you see occasionally flying around, or hopefully see, are male Prenolepis imparis, which are trying to entice queen ants to come on out, and hopefully I'll be able to find some. If not today, then probably on a later flight. I see them all about the ground here, so I'm going to hang out for a few minutes and see what happens. There's a hawk flying up above. Closer here. Looking for a tasty squirrel to bite at. Beside me, there is a tree that I almost always find Prenolepis imparis swarming around, and a horrible calamity has happened to it. So, looking straight up here, nice big opening in the forest. When I talk about like forest edge habitat, it's kind of like that type of situation with like dappled sunlight is able to still penetrate in. And it's not just along the edge of the forest, it is, anywhere that there's lots of sun for new trees to grow. This is a nest entrance to a Prenolepis imparis colony, and I don't see the entrance being wide enough for a queen to fit through. At least not here from this colony, so I might have to wait a few days for that, for the actual queens to make it out. Over here is a male that did manage to make it out, so hopefully we don't get a little catastrophe where the males all make it out and then a snowstorm happens, and then finally later in the year when the queens can come out, you get there, you're on the stick there. You get a year where they don't get to reproduce as well, which does happen in areas. This is the flower to our native skunk cabbage. Comes up, it's a bog plant. I can actually open this up more. Do I want to? But anyway, inside there is a thing, this little round structure with pollen on it. And it's pollinated mostly by flies. That'll be leaves later on. It's a great big plant with a flower that most people don't even bother looking at. See a winter ant flying around here, or walking around, I should say. So this is a holly tree, which you don't see too often, but they grow wild here. And I'm seeing lots of workers actually going up this one, as if foraging, but I don't see a clear line of them bumping into one another. And there are males flying all throughout it, which is odd, just because it's so small of a trunk. Usually they go for larger things, but I guess the fact that it has leaves still on it makes it more like a shrub or something that they can sort of fly through. It is a bit of a windy day, so getting odd reactions here. And we have English ivy growing here, which someday I might get rid of or something, but it's not out of control here. There's probably a nest here, and the males that are coming to mark this tree are alarming the workers here. That's probably what's going on. Can you find the butterfly? It's either an eastern comma or a question mark. I can't zoom in any further. Shoot, these things move like lightning. So let's try and... I can see it in real life, but not on my screen. Yeah, okay, center of the screen here. These do an amazing job of blending in with leaf litter until they move. And, oh, it's actually two of them fluttering around here. Can't really record into the sun, but they move very swift. Hopefully they come back. And where'd she go? I just saw one, please believe me. That's the problem with this species. They're the same color as the damn bark chips and leaf litter, which is probably why their queens are colored the way they are. She was just here. Let's try moving this and see what happens. I don't want to stir too much up. Screw it, why am I got here again? Let's see. Anyone? Anyone? Ha! There she is. Yep, there's a queen. Now, important question. Did I remember to bring test tubes? Oh, I did. I can't see. Alright, do this one. Yep. And we got her. First queen of the year, Prenolepis imparis. Should probably change out these tubes because they're getting very clouded. Alright, I'm going to hang out a little bit longer and see if I can't find some more here. And then it snowed. Well, I would assume all the male ants that flew out are probably dead, if they have not found someplace tucked away in some leaf litter or something. But anyway, this is why they're called the winter ants, because they fly time of year when you can still get cold weather. Another reason, actually probably the actual reason, is that they are, better at foraging in colder temperatures and warm weather. But, they still, they're so adept at it that they actually fly at that time of year. The other thing is, they're sometimes called the false honey ant, which I don't like, but it's appropriate all the same. Because they have a replete cast, which balloons up kind of like, falling over here. Kind of like honeypot ants out west. Or out in the Midwest. But the thing is, they're not storing the nectar as a carbohydrate, they're converting it into like a fat body inside them, hence the false honey aspect of the name. I prefer winter ant, but so anyway, thank you for watching.